it's hard to choose at the end of the year, but there's a few that I'd like to recognize for you. Starting with the freshman class, we have some outstanding outstanding freshmen that have been leading all year through their initiative, trying out for all district band, doing marching band, how they have shown up consistently and have really found a passion for music and have done the little things right to grow and prosper. So the first one I'd like to recognize plays trombone, Dylan Perez. Yeah. Wonderful. The next one is also from our brass class, and they play the tuba, Race Brot. And our final member has played a lot tonight. They're in the clarinet section, and it's not often that I get a freshman that becomes all-county, makes all-county band and all-district band, and gets to try out for the all-state band. We want to recognize Casey Lyon for her. On to the sophomore class. I only have two for them, and both of them are in symphonic band, and they've really risen to the occasion this year, also working to audition well. The first one has made it on both, made it on the French horn, and I believe they made both county band and district band. Arkham, correct me if I'm wrong. And funny story, Arkham's first time under my baton was not here at Gainesville High School. It was actually, I was invited to be the all-county band conductor way back when was that? No, it was your 7th grade year. I was with the 7th graders in the select band, and I distinctly remember Arkham there. I think he missed a note, and he went, oh, and I remember that. So it's been so cool to watch Arkham go from that all-county band experience to making county band and district band and being a leader within our ensemble. Our next one, you heard a bunch throughout. They're an active member in our marching band, the jazz band, and symphonic band, and they were killing it on the drum set earlier. Nathan Tang. It's important to recognize that not every student starts at the same place, and some students grow a lot more, but they may not be the highest performing student, but it's important to recognize where they started from and how much they've grown. And so my most improved students this year in the concert band are actually both in the alto saxophone section. One of them has been with me for many years, has been a very quiet student, and has really blossomed this year, and I've enjoyed watching them. Really, their love for music grew, and they've taken leadership, and it was really cool to program Fiera wins and recognize them. So can we have Josh Foster come on up? It's great, the person that is getting the other most improved award never played the saxophone before. They're actually in the marching band, and they play the bass guitar, and they've been our electronics guru, and they were like, Mr. Bryk, I want to take a band class. What should I learn? I was like, well, go learn the saxophone. So they literally went from nothing to playing just as well as Josh because of their hard work and dedication. So it's important to recognize Emily Funnily. Continuing on with the concert band, it's important to recognize the Director's Award. And the Director's Award goes to students where the leadership is truly in full force. These are students that I haven't had to tell them what to do, they just kind of get it. Right? You know those people where you're like, you're looking around and you're like, oh, I want this to happen, and they're already doing it, and they're taking ownership and helping others do things well together. So the first one is in our accelerated band class, and this student has really come to life this year, and they've just been a wonderful leader of the woodwind section, Hannah Davis. Our other one is in the brass class, and the brass class has been the rowdiest bunch of the year. So they were like this energy that was this like goofball energy. But there was this one student that always seemed to keep them in check and keep them focused. And guess what? They were the only one on their instrument in the class. Can you guess which one it was? Mason Prime. Come on up. All right, on to our junior class. This person has made plenty of the honor bands, and they've risen to the occasion this year. They were in symphonic band last year, but then they've been put on the spot this year and asked to play some solo parts along with Simon and getting ready for next year. And they serve as our drum major for the marching band. And anytime you pick a drum major, it's important that they are a person that is kind, caring, welcoming to others, and somebody that you can trust like the back of your hand. And it's been really cool to watch this person go through a trial by fire this year. I haven't really helped them much with the leadership side of things, except for a few conversations here and there. And it's so fun to watch them grow. So without further ado, Allie, come on up.
Filipino.
Our next one is also in the woodwind section. Woodwinds rock this year. They are a wonderful group. And this person has really been the leader for their section, both in marching band as well as in the concert band, kind of picking up the ropes. They were put in symphonic band last year with some great senior leadership to help guide them along, and it's been fun to watch them pay it forward to their section mates this year, as well as continuing to progress at making all-county band, all-county orchestra, and all-district band, and trying out for all-state on the piccolo. Olivia, come on up. And we talked earlier about taking ownership of things and doing things for oneself, and you got to witness on stage their biggest growth this year, not just as a musician. They were already a fantastic musician, but now they're learning the trials and tribulations of being an effective leader and getting people to work together. So without further ado, can the leader of the jazz band, Aaron Heath, come on up? We'll do this one first. So this person served as a section leader for marching band, and they've been one of my sneaky ones that has grown quietly and has always been very kind, and they've shown their dedication to music, and they've slowly grown the ranks from not even being competitive at county band and district band to last year coming out of nowhere and making the groups, and then this year sitting at the top of the section. And it's really been fun to watch them grow as a musician, do very well at all state auditions, and it was fun to feature them on Fiesta earlier tonight on the trumpet, Ethan Swan. All right, the next one has my favorite energy of the band. Can you guess who they are? We need to tell a story. As we're about to go on our spring trip here to Orlando, as we go to Orlando this year, or the upcoming year, if you haven't gotten the information, check your email, right? We have a bunch of spring trips. So I remember this student who went on the spring trip to Orlando the first time around, and Emma had just been, was about to be born, so I actually missed the trip. But I kept getting a lot of text messages on the home front from my department about a certain student that decided to drink how many gallons of Mountain Dew? A full 2-liter bottle of Mountain Dew. And then how many hours did you stay up on the trip straight? It was almost 2 days straight. And then it took our wonderful young Julia, our previous drum major, to take care of him as he made it through Orlando there. So it's been fun to watch Joel go from that as a young freshman with a twinkle in his eye, harnessing that energy into really the spirit of our band. And I'm going to really miss you next year because you just bring a certain smile every time. Every time I look at this student, he just has this wonderful smile and energy. It's refreshing. So without further ado, Joel, come on up. All right. Speaking of trials and tribulations, this final senior that I'd like to recognize was put into symphonic band their first year. So they've actually been here in the top group 4 years, and they've really seen the growth of that ensemble as I've talked about. And I remember that year we only had 2 clarinets in the entire program. 2 clarinets in the entire program, and I said, "You're hired," and he was like, "What?" And so he went through a trial and tribulation and has grown up and has blossomed through the wonderful upperclassmen leadership, and it's been fun to watch them give back this year as a section leader, as a soloist for a marching band, and again being recognized at county band, district band, and all state level. Without further ado, Simon, come on up. All right, on to the most improved in symphonic band. So just like concert band, there's a lot of students where when you're surrounded by so many musicians, it's important to recognize the ones that have grown the most over the calendar year. This first one stepped into some big shoes. We've had some wonderful members be the principal chair of their section, and those members graduated last year or 2 years ago, and this year it's been fun to watch them blossom on the alto saxophone. So without further ado, Nicholas Turbele, come on up. Just some wonderful musicianship. It's really fun to watch him. He's been working hard and he's been growing, and to just hear the musicianship grow to another level this year has been quite fantastic. At there's a common theme. There's a bunch of them that are in all the same row. It was the second row this year that had a bunch. This next one, really, you don't hear them very much, but you see them a lot, and that's where it was kind of one that I overlooked it for a hot second, because I didn't hear the growth until I started hearing them in accelerated band picking up, and I was like, dang, where did that come from? And it was just wonderful musicianship and sounds and phrasing, and as a result, they got to try out for All-State Band this year, which is a feat in itself, on the bassoon, Joseph Cannell. And Joe's a fantastic mallet and marimba player. They are definitely been our pit section leader, and so just super multi-talented. It's been fun to just hear the growth that they've made this year. Our final one sits right next to these two, and they have really grown since the very first time we stepped foot into a marching band rehearsal. And to see this student from where they began and how much they had to discover about working together with others and being aware of how to do their great efforts together with others, it's just truly been remarkable. And then there was a bug, I guess, that went around this summer where they're like, Mr. Bryk, I'm going to do it this year. I'm going to make district band, and I'm going to go try out for All-State Band. And sure enough, my goodness, they got first chair, and they were able to go out and try out for All-State, and you could just hear the growth and the ears opening, and it's been really fun to watch this student grow over the past 4 years. Without further ado, Joseph Klein, come on up.
Yay! Woo-hoo!
Last two. Here's where the tears normally come. We'll see if I can keep it together. So similar to the Director's Awards for the concert band, the symphonic band ones truly, they truly encapsulate the entire program. I kind of view these as the biggest awards, and these are the students that go above and beyond, not just symphonic band, but what they do for the program as a whole. And the first one, again, both of these are section leaders, but the first one has really pushed me this year to think on a different level about how we can grow and reflect as a program and continue to push by just listening to some concerts and having a discussion about it afterwards and documenting our hard work together. And I really appreciated their own perspective on things. You can read on their YouTube channel their dissertations about their experiences in band. And it was always cool to see how that was the student perspective that I've always I always strive as a teacher to lock into, to make sure, am I doing my job of serving these students and giving them an experience where they're growing, they're having fun, they're struggling, but they're achieving things as a result of their hard work. So without further ado, thank you to Jacob Sarmiento for all the reading and And typically, the Director's Awards are the ones that spend the most time in the band room. And I can remember this student walked into the program playing a completely different instrument. They play a completely different instrument now, and it was cool to watch them transition to their new instrument, fall completely out of love of music. Their sophomore year, they honestly hated band. You could tell that they were no longer enjoying the love of music. And then junior year hit, and there was a complete 180. They found their love for music again. They grew in their leadership roles. They were featured in the marching band. They took on the challenges because I believed in them and that they had, I believed in them and that they had the ability to do it. And they were able 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 They had potential beyond measure, and I think that's one of my things that I've reflected upon is my job as a teacher is to recognize how talented these students are and to harness their potential and push them to places they haven't been before. And this student has really risen to the occasion, and it started with a conversation of, hey, so instead of going and sitting in your car until 2:30 hits because the parking lot traffic is awful, why don't you just pull your French horn out and come practice your scales in the band room? And they're like, oh, that kind of makes sense. And sure enough, when that conversation happened, they started showing up. And then that's really when the teaching, I felt, began with this student. And it wasn't just music. It wasn't just helping them learn scales. It was helping guide them through life, through the challenges that they were going through, and how to help them better serve the students that they were tasked to lead. And this student has probably spent the most time talking with me about the future of the program in person this year, and I really appreciated that. So without further ado, because here come the tears, Tom Aslo, come on.